this before, the idea of like, when I get married, I do not want my husband to ask my father for my hand in marriage, and I don't want to get walked down the aisle. And I feel like, one, I'm not your property. That whole
and everybody's
idea,
like, oh, well, that's not what we're saying. But that's where that's
where
it's derivative from.
Yeah, like, no,
like,
you're not gonna, no, I'm not his property, and I'm not gonna become your property. You know what I mean? Like, you're not giving me away to him because I was never yours in the first place. We've talked about this before, the idea of like, when I get married, I do not want my husband to ask my father for my hand in marriage, and I don't want to get walked down the aisle. And I feel like, one, I'm not your property. That whole
and everybody's
idea,
like, oh, well, that's not what we're saying. But that's where it's derivative from.
Yeah, like, no,
like,
you're not gonna, no, I'm not his property, and I'm not gonna become your property. You know what I mean? Like, you're not giving me away to him because I was never yours in the first place. We've talked about this before.
And like I said, they go around and they talk about the men being the problem in this generation. It's all rooted in the women. The women think like this, they act like this. Or we nobody's black women, where's nobody property, none of that. But then, you ask her what she look for in a significant other husband. He got to pay all the bills. He got to provide. He got to protect. He got to do this. He got to do that. And what is she expected to do? Absolutely nothing. Your father, for her to understand, her father is her covenant. That's your protector. I guarantee you, if she have a father, which she probably don't, that's not in her life because she don't speak like it. When something breaks, she call him. When something go down, she call him if she don't have a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So that responsibility of providing and looking over you and protecting you, he's basically saying that it's okay to hand it off to this guy that's with you in marriage. I don't understand where these women grew up with this traumatic experience where they feel like they're suffocated by men. I don't get it, because if they really want to experience oppression, they should have these women go to the Middle East for like 90 days. Iran, Saudi Arabia, so go over there for 90 days. And I guarantee you they gonna come back and appreciate all the rights and liberation that they got. A lot of these women wouldn't even come back alive. I'm gonna keep it a bean. A lot of these women wouldn't even come back alive. Their lips would be slapped off their face. Remember that Houston female truck driver went over there talking crazy and they locked their ass up? I don't understand the hatred, this fake oppression that men done. Because if y'all was raised by single mothers and single parent household, what the man has to do with it? The conventional wisdom, the conventional thought is that the man didn't want to be there. But we know a lot of their mothers, because we could see right here and there, they hatred for men, or they disrespect for everybody. They don't respect nobody. They don't respect the male teachers. They don't respect authority. They don't respect the police officers. They don't respect the firemen. Nobody. They don't respect the other women. And this is how they act. And guess what? She don't have to worry about being married. Nobody gonna marry this. She shouldn't even be talking about getting married. Like, with this mentality, and also you being a black woman, which is the least married, you ain't gotta worry about being married. Oh, don't ask my father for my hand, and I'm nobody's. Cool. Next time something happen, hey, you nobody's property. Figure it out. These the same women that get, that need some help carrying the couch up the stairs, and the man be like, the man mind his business. You can do it yourself. I don't understand where they got this feeling of oppression from. Ain't none of them went out there and fought in the street against feminism. Ain't none of them was enslaved. None of them didn't have the right to own a credit card, didn't have the right to get a degree, did not have the right to own nothing. Where did this mentality come from? And they look at their mothers who don't, and they want to be married. Let me just tell you that right then and there. A lot of these women want to be married. It ain't gonna happen, especially like her. They want to be married. So I don't get what they gain by getting in front of a microphone and lying. And I want to be married. We know that's a lie. You see how miserable your mothers is, your aunties is, your homegirls is. What do y'all have to gain by continuing to lie on the microphone? Because I'm gonna tell you this: if it didn't hurt, Why y'all worry about where black men putting their dick at? You know what I'm saying? These black women that watch all this interracial content, they love a black woman with a white man. Even the most pro-black women, they love it. They act like it doesn't exist. It's kind of like this divester talk. They act like the pick-me talk is worse than the divester talk. They act like they don't hear the misandry talk like when you hear this, or the hate for black men. All they hear is men saying their preferences about why they don't deal with women or what they need in a woman or what they want in a wife, and it's like they feel attacked. It's giving misogyny. That's you know what I'm saying? But when it's pure misandry, like right here and there, well, I mean, shit, you ain't getting married to no man. Go get a woman. But a majority of them, when they got that microphone in their face, it's 90% lies. And that's you know, it's really 99.9% lies. That's the wild thing about it. Flat out lies. Flat out lies. But I don't really understand where they got this hatred for men at. Man, go over to the Middle East. So you can really hate how men operate. Go over there. Y'all think y'all got it so bad. They not tolerating none of that over there. You ain't gonna be able to wear that. You gonna cover up. that baby hair, you ain't gonna be able to have them. They don't like that shit. No makeup, man. Please. I just don't understand why they feel so oppressed. What can't you do? That's what I want to know. Oh, you know, I'm nobody's cool. Next time you need a bill paid, next time somebody go upside your head, next time you argue with a motherfucker, don't ask your father, don't ask your imaginary husband. You figure that out. You figure that out. You figure that's why some of these dudes cold on the hoe. They cold on the hoe. She is not marriage eligible. She's a problem with daddy issues, red flag. I mean, I agree. So, Big John in there saying, what? Told you, I mean, everybody's starting to see how insane these women are. They're goofy, especially black women. I don't think either one of them will have to worry about exactly. He said if a red flag was a first generation is cooked, a man confides in the father out of respect to be vetted to show he's ready to take the responsibility. Now, of course, they don't know nothing. How can at least Mary tell you about marriage? She's going to cheat on her. She ain't going to be no husband. You marry her, man. Good luck. She wants to make all the rules, but she the problem. Like someone gonna marry these Western rebels. I mean, that is what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.